Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. Speaking of that, we have reached 1,100 subscribers, so it is time for a subscriber giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how to get entered. I've got 6 items going out today. If it wasn't for one of them, it would be, again, a miserable sales day. I actually skipped filming on Wednesday because I only had 3 sales for like $50. It was real bad, but it's all my own doing. I stopped doing a lot of the normal stuff I would do to drum up sales because sales were doing great and I don't need to give away money if things are going well. I will tinker. I ran a sale. I'll probably turn promoted back on. We'll see. And when I do promoted, it's really negligible anyways, because I never do more than 1%. Actually, let me be specific. I never do more than 1.1%, and I only do the 1.1% to put me above all the rest of the people that only do 1%. I refuse to go above that. I will never do that. I know some people go into the double digits. I don't know how people stay profitable like that. You'd have to be doing a lot of volume. And for me, I don't need to do volume. I just need to do profits. So also, I'm feeling a little rushed today. It's Friday. If you've been around for a long time, I went on like a marathon garage sale run where I think it ended up being 27 garage sales in one day. It's a big community sale. And this year, I think there's supposed to be 33, but it's already 10:30. So the morning, that first, like, you get all the good stuff, that's over with, no chance. But it also rained this morning. It's also Friday and school's still in. So I'm not worried. That's the point. And you know what? Let me just go ahead and jump to it right now. Tip of the day. And the tip of the day today is you will not run out of stuff. Let me rephrase it. You will not run out of things to source. That's a fallacy that people, when they start, oh no, I got to get more. I got to make sure I'm there on Friday morning first thing, Saturday morning first thing. Yes, you do if you want to get the best stuff. But if you have a death pile or money pile or whatever you call it, you clearly can tell that you are sourcing more than you can list. And I don't want to do that because then you just have dollars sitting around. It makes no sense to me for my personal business to spend money on things that therefore just sit somewhere. If I can't get it listed, I don't need to buy it. I was feeling a little under the gun today to, hurry up and get my stuff done and hurry up and get my packages out. Because also tomorrow, my oldest, she's in a play that is at 3 in the afternoon. So my plan was to go tomorrow and just spend the whole day, 6 in the morning till dinner. And that, of course, cannot happen because I have to be at a play at 3 p.m., which I'm happy to see, of course, but the timing is not great. So the point of all that is that the stuff continues. It's not like the people that have been sourcing for 20 years are still concerned about the garage sale they missed in 2002 because they had something better to do. There's always buyers, there's always sellers. The money doesn't stop flowing back and forth. It doesn't turn off like a faucet. There will be garage sales again. In my area, it's a little more iffy because of the short garage sale season. But again, I could stop buying stuff today and I would still have enough stuff to list for the rest of the year. So I'm not worried about that. And I'm trying to focus more on high-end things or just better things. I took a second, I went through my thoughts, took a breather, and realized, you know what? If I miss a couple sales, if I miss out on a couple of those really good buys I would have got if I was the first one there, I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's okay. First thing going out, A2 Detroit Red Wings coffee mug. A2 buried way back here, kind of like the Red Wings as far as the hockey standings, buried way back in the bottom. Hopefully one day they will return to glory. I say next season. They don't tend to be bad for very long. And for that, I got $4 plus shipping. All right, map in hand. Definitely won't make it through all of them. Some of them are like crafting of some kind, or they're a photographer. So some of them I can just cross off the list right away. I, of course, needed to go to the post office, drop off my packages, and forgot. So I'll have to also find a post office while I'm here. But let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. Next up, it's a book, Paul Revere and the World He Lived In. Is it this one? Nope, over here. Not even close. This one right here. Paul Revere and the World He Lived In. Right there. And for that, $8.99 free shipping. And that is a first edition from 1942. First edition does not guarantee you money. It does help, though. All right, first couple sales down. Wasn't really much of anything. Almost just fell in a lake right there. That would have been awesome. This is either Carp Lake or Paradise Lake. And not that I don't know which one. It's just depending on which map you look at. It might be named something else. But we'll probably be circling around this for most of the day. And the weather can't make up its mind what it wants to do. Rained this morning, and then it got sunny and super humid, so that's fun. But then now the clouds are back out. Looks like it's gonna rain again. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got a pair of shoes there. They were new. The tags on them said 30 bucks. So I don't know. I paid $3. I'll at least make some money. I don't know how much, but something. Next up, listed, sold immediately because I took an offer, but it is what it is. On B3B, lot of 4, Maxwell VHS C, gold. I listed them for $24.99 for a set of 4 of them. And I came to that price because to buy one, you can buy them for about $4.99. I figured I would shoot for a little more because sometimes when there's a ton of listings and someone's like, I want 4 of them, they'll look up lot of 4. And so therefore it'll just pop up mine and the others that are lots of 4. It's not like they price compare to, oh, what if I just buy 4 from separate buyers? So I priced it up a little bit, and then someone sent me an offer of $20, so I accepted. So sold immediately. $20, free shipping. And even though these are tapes, they are not media mail. It has to go first class. There's no media on the media, so it is not media. It is what it is. Whether I like it or not, it is what it is. All right, so next sale, I won't be bringing the camera in. It's too much hassle. I know I won't edit the video, so it'll be a waste anyways. I got a cup and saucer. I have no idea if it's worth it. It is Wacko, W-A-K-O. But the place, it was a barn, so yeah, whatever. It's gross. But I walked in, and the first box I look in, there's like a squirrel nest or a mouse nest. So therefore, anything that's not a hard good is a no for me, because it could have rat pee or squirrel pee or poop all over it, and I don't need that. And then there was some stuff that I would have got, but it would have needed a lot of cleaning, so pass. And this looked interesting, and the only reason I grabbed it is because I just watched Nurse Flipper's video on teacups. I noticed that a lot of the ones where it's like white on the outside and colored on the inside were worth something. I wish I would have brought some paper or bubble wrap, because now I have to figure out how to keep that safe in my car all day, but hopefully it makes it home. We'll see. This one's a little weird, and I'm just going to run with it, because what other choice do I have? It is Vintage Chubb's Baby Wipes, and it's sold in blue. And why it's a little weird is because the listing, the quantity available for blue was 0. But yet eBay still allowed them to purchase blue. And yes, this is blue, but in my listing that is technically light blue. I reached out to the buyer. I said, hey, I explained what I just explained to you, and no response. It doesn't have to go out till Monday, so I might hold off on, I'll pack it up and just not print a label until maybe tomorrow, and then it is what it is. I'll send it out. If they're unhappy, they're unhappy. I will have to deal with it. But I went back to the listing, and I don't understand it. It says lavender, quantity 0. Blue, quantity 0. I think there was another one that the color sold out already, but I don't know. Somehow let them buy it. eBay. I don't know. Fix your platform. It seems like it should be your #1 priority to make it functional, but you know, whatever. You know, it doesn't drive me crazy or anything. All right, get this one. Didn't get anything crazy. I got this Anchor Hocking Mickey Mouse 1980 cup, and I just saw when I put it in my car, it says Pepsi Collector Series. I paid $1 for that. No idea what it's worth. I'm assuming more than $1. I overheard while I was in there someone say that it because this one's an estate sale, that everything's gonna be half off tomorrow. So I, at that point, kind of just glanced over some stuff that I might come back for tomorrow, maybe at half off. Just estate sales are usually overpriced first day, and if you can't get it half off, it's half off is what a normal garage sale would price it. Next up, speaking of driving me crazy, on top, Nike Air Jordan Pro Strong, I think it's this one right here. And why this one drove me crazy is because the buyer, and yes, that's those right there. The buyer, they were lowballing, but whatever. They were listed for $150, and we settled on $109.99. They kept, when they'd send an offer, they say, are these men's 10.5? And I'd respond with a counter offer. Yes, they are men's 10.5. I see you live in Canada. I could probably get you cheaper shipping and get us closer to a price we can agree on. Something along that. Then they'd send me another offer. Are these a men's 10.5? Copy, paste. Yes, these are a men's 10.5. I see you live in Canada. I could probably get you some cheaper shipping. Blah, blah, blah. This happened 4 times. We just eventually settled on an offer that they were okay with. They never responded about the cheaper shipping. And then they ended up paying $109.99 plus shipping plus global shipping because they live in Canada and it's going to go to Kentucky and then it's going to go to Canada when I could have went to Pirate Ship and used simple export rate and shipped it directly to Canada. What's the point of asking me questions if you don't look at the answers when they come back? I don't know. It was weird. If it hadn't been such a slow sales day, I wouldn't even have went to $109.99, but sometimes you got to keep the money flowing. So that one going out the door. So I went to 2 more. They were across the street from each other. The one had nothing, and the other one, a lot of these sales, because they do this thing every year and it gets a lot of people, there's new stuff. People buy stuff specifically for this sale. But I picked up these 4 vintage kids record with book, like companion set type things. 2 of them are Tarzan, a Chipmunks, and a Muppets Take Manhattan. They wanted $1 a piece. I paid $3 for all of them, and then had to argue about how that math worked out when I gave her a 5. We laughed, but I think she was actually getting frustrated. I have no idea what that is, what that's worth. And I'm planning on trying to not look really anything up. Just try to get through, buy stuff I think is good, and get through as many as possible. But I stopped at the corner to check the map and decide what direction I was going to go. And I was like, man, there's a lot of flies in here. They're really annoying. And I look up from the map and there's like 7 bees around my head. So I'm glad the camera wasn't on for that. I would have had to do some creative editing to get the curse words and frantic me out of it. But that was a little scary. They were not the friendly bumblebees. They were the I will sting you for no reason bees. And then last thing going out is B3 Corningware microwave plate. Oh, B3. It's back here. And funny enough, I don't know why I just yelled into the camera, but funny enough, I got this at the community sale that I'm going to today. At that community sale, I thought I was killing it, but I bought a lot of Corningware, a lot. Then the category got flooded, and then now I'm still sitting on a bunch of Corningware. I got it very cheap, so I'm in the profit, and I'm not worried about it. But I got home thinking, oh man, I nailed it. But really, I could have bought, and this is again to the point of stuff will always be there. I could have bought 25% of the stuff I did, and I would have been better off. Because I wouldn't have had to list the other 75% of the stuff I got that was bleh. When you're starting out, yes, more volume does make sense because you're not great. You don't have all the knowledge to pick and choose and decide between, because like right now, there's a sale up the road. My dad sent me some photos. 100% die cast cars, 99% no box. And I said, I don't even want to go to that sale because I have no clue on die-cast outside of the fact that some are worth a ton of money and some are worth almost nothing. I don't want to spend 5 hours. They have so many, and I don't want to spend 5 hours at this place. I did see they had some either Hot Wheels or something along that line. Those too easy not to. I'll flip them over. If the dates are pre-2000 and they're cheap enough, I'll buy them. And if I did say for the plate, $5.30 plus shipping, I probably paid less than $1 for it. But again, $1 into $5 is not great when it's this. When I have to pack it carefully, when I have to take a lot of extra time to clean it, take a lot of extra time to extra pictures. $1 into $5 here is terrible. But if it's something like, I mean, this isn't the same math, but if it's something like this, where it's $1 into $5, which actually this is more than $1 into $5, like $1 into $20, and all I gotta do is throw it in an envelope, put a loop of bubble wrap and chuck it in an envelope, that's different. That, no, that, yes. So I'm going to get these packed up, and then I'm not sure how much sourcing I will put in this video. I'm going to bring the camera. Last time I was, I don't know, 4 sales in before my memory card was completely full. So maybe I'll just check in throughout the day. Who knows? Oh, I mean, you will, because it'll be in the video by now. Unfortunately, that one had nothing, except there was a Weebles treehouse with a bunch of Weebles in the box under a table, and I said, what do you want for this? And she was like, well, isn't it under the table? And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that means stuff under the table isn't for sale. But that was a bummer. I was really hoping I would get to score that. I've actually never come across Weebles. The only reason I even know what they are is because of Auction Professor. I think his wife collects them. But I thought that would have been a fun, interesting find, but it wasn't meant for me, apparently. Okay, so I stopped at a few more. At one of them, I picked up 13 of these, like, stitch by number type of things. This was the most interesting one, but they were all new and packaged, so I don't know. I paid $15 for all 13 of them. They said make an offer, and I probably could have said $5 and still got them, but that's not the mood I'm in. And then also, I am a sucker for the old-timer garage sales where they've gone through and priced every item, but things are like 10 cents, 25 cents. I don't know. I can't leave one of those without buying something. So I bought these 2 new and packaged tomato pin cushions. If I lot them together, I might be able to make $1 or $2, but probably not. And then I picked up a book for Cadence. Nothing major yet, no big home runs. Well, I mean, maybe with these, I have no idea. I just watched Auction Professor the other day, and he was talking about how some of those can be worth a lot of money. So a little over $1 a piece, I'll make profit. I just don't know how much. So stopped at one that was just, it's a for donation, and I think they raised money for firefighters, local firefighters. There wasn't much stuff there. Probably some linens. If I spent some more time, I could have picked through, but I found 2 Pyrex lids. I'm on the other side of the lake I was talking about, and I'm trying to find a good spot to pop out and get any type of picture of it or video. But the problem is, the whole lake is private property. It's just lined with houses, and people are not real cool about you just wandering down their yard, even if it's just to take a photo. Half of the houses probably don't even have the people in them for the summer yet, but I don't want to take that risk. So hopefully I can find a good spot. It also looks like it is about to very much thunderstorm, but that's definitely a storm coming in, and I'm not too worried about that myself because I only go from my car to the sale and back to my car. But lots of times if they got stuff outside, they're just going to wrap up the tables and shut it down until the rain stops. So I will... Here's the big issue. I cannot find a bathroom. There isn't like little party stores everywhere, and there's too many houses to just pop off the side of the road somewhere. So I'm kind of... That's kind of my goal at this point. Find somewhere to go potty. So that thunderstorm got pretty nasty. I took cover in someone's garage for a little bit. Power was flickering on and off everywhere. Seems to have slowed down. It also cleared out all the people, but it's already 4 o'clock right now, so I can't imagine most places are going to stay open past 5 o'clock. And I did plan on splitting this up into 2 days, because that was a mistake I made last year, or 2 years ago when I did this last. I think it was last year. I'm not sure. Is that I did 27 or 28 garage sales in 1 day. It was 80 degrees, so it was miserable. I got a sunburn, probably a heat stroke, and that's just not necessary, like I had said probably in this video, maybe last video. And the rain's cleared up. Most people are gone, so I wouldn't have any competition. But again, I'm just gonna hit a couple on the way home, call it a day, and then start early tomorrow and finish up the rest. I haven't found anything else really since. A couple of things, a couple of Tupperware things, and a couple kids books. Nothing really worth mentioning. I mean, I guess I just mentioned it, so it was worth mentioning that much. But something I've been thinking about is the trade-off between, because I was always jealous of those people that when they go garage sailing, they're in a cul-de-sac and they can walk from house to house, and I gotta drive down stuff like this for miles and miles in between sales. And usually there's not a map and 30 of them to deal with. But on the other end, I get to drive down miles and miles of stuff like this, which is, in my opinion, gorgeous and wonderful. And until it started raining, was a quite pleasant drive. So hopefully I can find a couple more things, unless those, whatever they are, needlepoint, I don't think it's needlepoint, whatever those are called, unless those are big score. No big scores today, but definitely easy for the new way Jen and I are doing the business. And that's something else that's in the back of my head, where, because I did pass on stereo units, I passed on a couple DVD VCR combos, because I have to test them, I have to clean them, I have to go through all the process. When I was working by myself, if I spend if I spend a day on a receiver that's gonna sell for $300 and I paid 20 bucks for it, that's okay, I could spend that whole day. But now with the two of us, it just doesn't really work out. So in the back of my mind, everything I was grabbing, I'm thinking, can Jen picture this without me having to tell her anything, without any details? Can I just throw these on the to be pictured area and she can just run with it? And that's definitely everything I picked up today. And things I would have picked up normally, like I said, the stereo units and the DVD VCR combos. And then also, I passed on a lot of dishware, some Corning stuff, a little bit of Pyrex, but not really. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I got 2 Pyrex lids, that kind of thing. I'll never pass on a Pyrex lid if it's cheap enough. But just, I can definitely tell my mindset has changed, and I think for the better. That is yet to be determined. Can't know until, I check in a year from now and see if that worked out for me. So I'm back from day 2, ended up going with my father, and he's a little camera shy, so I didn't bust the camera out. It makes him uncomfortable, so I didn't do that. Wasn't great. Total time, around 10 hours, including drive time. Total mileage, close to 200 miles. I spent $72 at 33 sales, I think it was. So that's not a lot of money when you're going to that many sales and you're trying to buy stuff. So on the second day, only stuff I got was, I got this bag full of books, and there were Goosebumps, Animorphs, and Boxcar Children. So those were bought to be put in lots. I paid very little for that. I think, I don't know, $5 for 30 books or something like that. It wasn't very expensive. It was cheap. Second to last sale, I was feeling a little like, okay, I got to get something. I got to pay for the gas, got to make it worth my time. So I did end up picking up a DVD VCR combo. And the only reason I did is because it had the remote and the manual and all that. And this box that it doesn't go to, but it does fit in very well. So I might repackage it, put it back in that box, and tape it up. And then at that sale, also just a new VHS, and then this VHS was a maybe, I don't know. It looked interesting. That's kind of how VHS go. Got a Mickey Mouse wine stopper right here. I don't know if that's worth much, but it was 50 cents. For 50 cents, I will at least give it a shot. There was no service anywhere out there, so I even though I wanted to look stuff up, it wasn't really an option. GPS wasn't really an option. But if that's $9.99 free shipping, that's okay. It doesn't take a lot of space. Also, what I bought was this large box of loose Legos. It has all the books that go with the sets and this one box. But I paid 15 bucks for the whole box. At the very least, what I could do is pull out all the minifigs, and I'll make profits there, like a decent amount of profit. If I feel like it, I'll sort them into their actual sets, sell the sets. But also I could just sell them in bulk poundage lots type of thing. I don't know. But for 15 bucks for that many Legos, I said, okay, I will figure out a way to make money on these. I don't know which way I will make the money on those. But overall, it was very disappointing. And I'm not like, I got decent stuff, enough stuff to, it's a week worth of listings. Maybe, no, it's a couple days worth of listings. It just wasn't good. It was not, and people were stingy. Like, they didn't want to make deals on stuff. It's halfway through the second day of a 2-day sale. Like, who are you keeping this stuff for? Who do you think these crowds of people that are going to show up are? I don't know. It's not my stuff to sell. It is now their stuff to keep and do with whatever they want. I heard one person even go as far as to say, well, I can't go that far, and if it sticks around, we'll just donate everything on Monday. You wouldn't rather have my dollar than donate it on Monday? Again, not my stuff, not my decision to make. Just, it was weird. It's not normally like this. Normally, I get a carload of stuff, and people are trying to get rid of things. I don't know. But I'll turn the $70 into at least $500 profit. I think it will be much more than that, but I won't know until I start dealing with the Legos and pricing out all those stitch by numbers, whatever they're called. Because those are going to run, I looked up a couple of them, and I think I'm going to get around $20 plus shipping each. And I paid $15 for 13 of them. So right there, that was the score. But there was none of the, the ones that get your blood pumping, where you pay $1 and it's $50, $100, stuff like that. There just wasn't any of that to be had. I did run into one sale where they had a bunch of Snap-on tools, but without being able to look stuff up, I can't pay $70 for one wrench. I don't know what the profit margin is. So I had to pass on that. It was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, and one last thing. You will have noticed that there was a bit of a storm that rolled in yesterday while I was out. And that storm, where I was at, was bad. It was a pretty vicious storm, heavy rainfall. But a little south of me, in a place called Gaylord, there was a tornado, a large tornado. And Michigan doesn't get tornadoes. We get them sometimes, but nobody ever sees them. And you'll just notice that like 2 or 3 trees in a line happen to be knocked over. And that's how you know it was a tornado, because it moved in a line through somebody's property or something like that. Or there'll be a couple trees down on this side of the road and a couple on the other side. That's usually what a tornado looks like. And people go, oh, there must have been a tornado. That's the kind of tornadoes we get. This was a full-blown, if I can get some footage that I'll steal off somebody's Facebook, or my cousin lives there and he had some videos, maybe I can get him to send them to me. This ripped right through the main street. It tore up the GoodWill, ripped the GoodWill, top of the GoodWill right off. It went through a travel trailer park, and those things don't weigh anything. So it destroyed the entire park. And I don't mean like people were camping. I mean like a lot, like a salesman lot. Tore up their whole inventory, gone. Saw one video, lady pulls off the road, and then the tornado literally runs into her. It takes the top of a building off, throws it on top of her truck, and then her truck moves over. Flipped over vehicles. This isn't normal for this area, but I had a discussion with my dad about this, where this is a big deal for that town, because northern Michigan is very seasonal as far as our economy, because people come to golf. We do have skiing and stuff, some type of draw in the winter, but it's very small compared to our summer influx. Large percentage of the homes owned in northern Michigan are seasonal homes. Large amount of the businesses are seasonal businesses. So by that, the whole main drag getting tore up, this could be detrimental to the economy of the whole town. I don't know how quick they're going to bounce back. It's pretty bad. Luckily, injuries and deaths were relatively minimal as far as tornadoes go, as far as people that live in like Tornado Alley. The warning time was very high, but I think because of the, people go, oh yeah, tornado, whatever, because it's like I described. So I don't think people reacted in the way they should when there's tornado warnings. People were caught off guard, even though they shouldn't have been. It's unfortunate, but I think that's a little bit of what happened. But the downtown destruction was pretty extreme. I don't know. That's to be determined, because they do a huge festival that brings in a ton of money. I haven't heard if it hit any of the golf courses yet, But if it did, I mean, you could lose a whole season. And in seasonal businesses, if you lose a season, you can lose the business. It's pretty scary for the town. I used to live there for a little bit. I have friends that live there, family that lives there. So hopefully they can bounce back quickly before, because the summer season starts next week. School's out in a week and a half. Seniors are out. Colleges are getting out. They gotta turn this around quickly, or it can go real bad for them. And for the subscriber giveaway, if you would like to be entered, just drop any comment, literally any comment, be subscribed, like the video, and if you are chosen as the winner, you will win $10 towards anything in my store. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.